to dey comfortable for Nigeria no be joke. Plenty majority of the country, then they live from hand to mouth. That's when you talk, say people they spend most of their earnings, waiting they earn for food and transportation alone. I beg, I want to know. Now true, I been a lie. So waiting be the indications or the indices we go make the APC spokesperson Moka go use talk say Peter will be a prophet of doom, say na lying the lie. Say when our country don't they recover, even their own statistics from the NBS, National Bureau of Statistics, not even fit prove their statistics right. It be like saying Nigerians say, I don't want to say would they suffer from Stockholm syndrome, where it be say at some point it can be like say would they love person when they torment us, our tormentor. Because Nigerians from Buhari, especially Buhari, President Buhari make Nigerians yearn to hear from their president so much that as they begin hear and talk, if they hear the president talk to them, they go 2 days joyful for say president even talk to them than for them to even think of the sensibility of what they talk at that time or the credibility of what they tell them or they tell them. Welcome to Precious AE TV. So just a quick one, yeah. I know say I suppose don't turn on this thing where we say Oga Peter Obi will be the presidential candidate of the Labour Party talk yesterday, but for some reasons I just haven't had time to do recording. But I just thought to just do that very quickly. So for the first time, Peter Obi talk a lot of things. As he talk finish about waiting for a New Year address Nigerians, as he talk all the things where he say the warriors finish for this country, he can't begin talk the things and way he say this administration need to do right. When he talk and finish, now he can't begin give solution. He give almost key 11 solutions to President Bola Tinubu. But the problem be say most of those solutions the way be say in give people they talk say, oh, it is very encourageable because it is good maybe say anybody where they lead us make the person lead by example. Because now waiting Peter will be challenge President Bola Tinubu. For instance, they tell him say use Nigerian road, travel by road, make it see waiting people they see. Spend your next holiday for any other part of the country. In fact, tour around the 36 states of the country, make you know as you take the bill for inside those states so that you go know the level of development. Because now president of Nigeria, if you don't be the president of Lagos alone. So don't use the way things be for Lagos, Abuja compare, say now so you did for the whole Nigeria. Come and say your next medical trip, do one for Nigerian hospital, go National Hospital Abuja, go to other places, go down. But you know, and we don't wait, say, oh, APC go react, they go react. Of course they don't react. Guess what? They say Peter Obi a prophet of doom. To the extent that Peter Obi would only hear say Peter Obi they talk, say they even threaten in family. Say this present administration, say their politics, they like say you get as a bill. Why he go be like saying a politics of bitterness? So he say they don't even threaten to attack in himself and in family and in business because of saying our position in B. Should it be that bad? Now question where a lot of people they ask. But make we take a listen to waiting Peter Obi talk. Then make you listen well whether anything when you talk they bad, really. Watch out as in TikToker.
But I've made up my mind that if this is the end, so be it. Because we can't allow the country. It is difficult to be in opposition in this country. Extremely difficult. Because everything is against you. People don't even want to see you. They don't even want to talk to you. I see colleagues that greet them at the airport, they don't even want to reply. Because they feel you're not, they don't want you. Tax is a function of productivity. The country is unproductive. So are you going to tax 100 million Nigerians that are living in extreme poverty? Are you going to tax those people I saw in IDP camps yesterday? Are you going to tax the factories that are shut down in Kano? Go to Bompai, go to Shradan 1, Shradan 2. Where are you going to tax? Your tax is a function of productivity. When the country is productive, people are gainfully employed, then you can tax them. And we can generate more tax. What we need now is to reflect the country, make it productive, and then we can talk about generating more revenue. Let me assure you, what is on the table now is that everybody who means well should come together to get the country to work. There's a lot of, call it, lies. There's a lot of propaganda. There's a lot of, trying to, bamboozle the people going on here and there, which has to stop. Let's build this country. Let me say it again. None of us is going to be here forever. Those who did it yesterday are no longer here. But if you look at the country, it's collapsing every day. I saw 1,500 kids yesterday, not in school. And I did ask 3 of them, do you want to go to school? They say yes. What are we doing? An indicative of high level of distress. Food insecurity has become a national norm, making Nigeria one of the hungriest countries of the world. Gainfully employed and middle-income Nigerians now spend nearly their entire income on feeding, with some resorting to borrowing to eat, just to eat.
So you hear everything where be say it will be talk, but out of all these things when you talk, I beg you to begin check them one by one. What's in talk we really did wrong, or we be say na wrong statistics. It talks say food insecurity and security are one of the greatest challenges we be say we dey face for Nigeria. We could look at na lie. What's in the state of our farmers today, especially the communities where they farm. Benue State people they face constant attacks. It started and it got worse during, although say the matter don't they age long, but it got more intensified during President Bola Tinubu's administration. And it can't be like saying they stop now. We know series of attacks will happen. In fact, now this administration gone now we hear say people for inside Benue State, some communities in Benue State, they pay tax to bandits so that they will fit access their farms. What has the administration done to ensure that it stopped? These are the questions and what would they ask? We could even look at the poverty statistics for inside the country. Peter B talks here about 100 million people they live below poverty line. And say about 150 million Nigerians they face a multidimensional poverty. If you ask me, I would say more than 150 million Nigerians they face multidimensional poverty. Because we look by the statistics of the United Nations on our population as no get census, we did at least about 230, 250 million people if we go by that statistics. Out of that 250 million, I can almost swear with my life that people will be say they comfortable no reach 50 million. It no reach 50 million. Today comfortable for Nigeria no be joke. Majority, gross majority, plenty majority of the country, then they live from hand to mouth. That's in when you talk, say people they spend most of their earnings, what's in they earn for food and transportation alone. I beg, I want to know. Now true, I been a lie. So waiting be the indications or the indices we go make the APC spokesperson Moka go use talk say Peter will be a prophet of doom, say na line the lie. Say when our country don't they recover. Even their own statistics from the NBS, National Bureau of Statistics, not even feel prove their statistics right. Because by the last report of NBS who will get on what did they call them on inflation, the inflation still there at the highest. For the inflation still there at least about the highest in the country. So that means even the government own statistics not even they work. Now the same NBS now also release data to show say they spend over 2 trillion naira in ransom payments. Why? Because of insecurity. We spent over the past 12 months for insecurity to pay for ransom. So what exactly did Peter Obi say that is a lie? That's my question where be say they beg for answer. And a lot of people they ask say, what's in talk here where be say be the real lie? Where be say lie. But then again, as they don't answer and say a prophet of doom, say a lie, say just when the country they make the economic policies of the president they recover, now they talk all these ones. I beg, I like make you tell me what's be the price of things for your side. Make I know whether we'll get different market for different people. And then if you're not living in Nigeria, please help me tell me. Well, ask your neighbors or your family members from Nigeria, waiting be the true reality of waiting they go through for wedding day. I would really like to hear your thought. But make waka pass Peter be on because I see no they even talk, say they don't they want attacking family, they attacking business because of saying the opposition. One good thing what I like before I leave Peter be matter when talk. And the fact saying talk, say him don't tire because whether you talk, you die, you don't talk, you die, so all die and die. Say you don't ready now. Remember, saying that this attitude will be defined from P2B when make Okonkwo liver. When make Okonkwo talk, say, you know they do again. But now, it be like say, you don't look and say, my dear brother, all die and die, make they die and dead. Say the truth. This is not about supporting good or supporting evil. This is about just saying the simple truth. Make that truth set you free. But the local waka inside Rhodes-Vivour will be the governorship candidate of the Labour Party for inside the 2023 election for Lagos State. He still don't get a lot when himself will talk. First of all, we'll go visit waiting him talk about Nigeria when they ask him questions on the state of the nation and to react on waiting President Bola Tinubu talk during in 1st of January message. This now waiting Gbadebo Rhodes-Vivour get to talk. Listen.
For me, I would be able to take what the president is saying if he was also experiencing Nigeria for what it is to the common man today. You have hardworking Nigerians, hardworking market women, hardworking people all over the country that are experiencing extreme levels of hardship. Meanwhile, you are seeing in the budget where there is almost 22 billion budgeted to maintain the State House, another 4.6 billion budgeted to buy new bulletproof vehicles. So you literally see a political class that's being pampered with the commonwealth of our country. Meanwhile, the people are experiencing unprecedented hardship. Today, over 70% of of people's income is spent on transportation and food. They've not even started to think about how they're going to be able to afford accommodation. So we have a situation where there is a culture of wastefulness, extravagance that does not reflect the dire economic situation that the same president is pushing out that needs to be reformed. Reformation should be in the interest of the people. At the moment, the only people that seem to be benefiting from these reforms are maybe the bankers because of the FX windfalls, or the people in government and the president's friends. How many Nigerians can say that they are benefiting from any reform right now, or can say that the quality of life has increased in the last couple of years?
He is saying that this is a temporary pain for
then he should also
gain.
feel the pain. The political elite should also feel the pain, and we should see it in their budgeting. There should be no reason why 22 billion is being budgeted to maintain the State House. There's no reason why they should still be buying cars, right? There are other governments around the world that politicians and people in power are using their own personal cars. What car does the president want to buy today that he does not already have? Right? So if you are saying that we are going through pains, we want to see the political class also reflect that they too they are going through pains. Not driving the latest cars, spending huge amounts of money. I mean, the other day we were reading about how 200 million was budgeted in a day to be spent in Lagos, so at national and state level, right? And then you also understand the level of insecurity that we currently are facing. A report came out where where it was said that almost 2.2 trillion was used in settling ransoms last year, right? This is the state of play.
So the argument they make in counter arguments when these things are pushed to them, they said, look, for instance, the president has said, when they asked him in that media chat, I'm sure you would have watched it, the size of your cabinet is too large. Why don't you cut it down? He said, well, I need these guys to do the job I want them to do. If you have anyone that you feel is not doing enough, state their names. The journalists perhaps out of
Well, that's an indictment on the journalists.
Why?
Because a country where the national grid has crashed how many times, you cannot mention the Minister of Power. The situation of housing in this country cannot mention the minister, person in charge of housing, right? I mean, you had Betty Edu situation. You have so many people. Even the chief of staff has been indicted in one way, shape, or form.
You think it was a moment of just courtesy, just allowing? He's supposed to know who is not working, or it's just the fact that journalists are telling him that we can't tell you what your job is. You should have known that something is wrong. Should we tell you who you should fire?
I think the situation that we have currently in Nigeria, especially, and it continues from President Buhari, is that we've not really had a president that is communicating and carrying people along. So everybody just seems to be so happy that president is addressing Nigerians. So they are not really drilling down and digging into the questions that should really be asked. Because that's a nonsensical question. Our currency has lost over 50% of its value. There's no figured points there. Right? Our national grid it's like epileptic. It keeps collapsing. There's no figured point there. So what are we saying? You know, it was unfortunate.
So something where we say Rhodes-Vivour talk, we touch me now. It be like saying Nigerians say, I don't want to say would they suffer from Stockholm syndrome. Where it be say at some point it can be like say would they love person when they torment us, our tormentor. Because Nigerians from Buhari especially Buhari. President Buhari make Nigerians yearn to hear from their president so much that as they begin hear am talk, if they hear the president talk to them, they go 2 days joyful for say president even talk to them than for them to even think of the sensibility of wetin they talk at that time, or the credibility of wetin they tell them or they tell them. Because how else do you explain a situation like this where the president they talk say now he don't get the highest portfolio, highest number of ministers for the history of this democratic dispensation for Nigeria, highest number of ministers at a time when Nigeria needs to cut costs the most, at the time when we say we need to reduce our costs the most. Now we don't get a president we get the highest number of ministers, and when they ask him say why you need this number of people, he talk say make they name which of them will be say need the work, throwing the journalists under the bus. Make them come talk now, next thing now they go begin with hunt the journalists for talking. That's the question. So do you need people to tell you for you to know that there's too much waste, profligacy, expenses? You need person to tell you say your minister of water resources waiting being work. Your brother Oyetola wey do minister of blue economy, fantastic idea. What I think say, oh, the kind thing we will go get from our blue economy, because the kind is really within our marine ecosystem alone. If we begin you the benefit, we'll not go finish them. Waiting the minister of blue economy don't achieve in 1 year where in the office. Nothing. Is it still worth keeping? Our culture tourism minister, waiting be the thing we don't get. Now Nigeria, the kind tourist sites and what you say we get for Nigeria, I'm not sure say other countries that they make money for tourism even get the beautiful tourist sites and what we get. Waiting there for Senegal, waiting there for Ivory Coast, waiting there for Ghana where people they go visit them up and down. But the only reason is because some of them don't even get the original preservation of most of these colonial artifacts and all that. They don't even get them. They just refurbish some of them. But we still get some of the original of these things then. Go to Badagry, you see them. Go to Calabar, you see them. How, waiting be the state of security we go carry tourists and go those sites then. We get beautiful tourist sites then for Kaduna, water springs and for across the country, or shows in different areas. Waiting be the state of security we go bring tourists then come. Is that not failure? That's another question. So things them to throw, even electricity, that one another matter entirely. Because the situation where South Africa, where they are backyard, where they say they generate over 57,000 megawatts for less than 150 million people. Where would they over 200, about 250 million people? We still the battle with less than 5,000 megawatts. 5,000 megawatts who don't the hear since Obasanjo regime. Now we see the battle with still today. And when they talk, say, waiting with the question. And the president in that media chat say he will score himself excellent. Now, when the president beat in chest say he will score himself excellent, then what else can you say? Well, you don't hear what Gbadebo Rhodes-Vivour talk. I'm not going to be surprised if they come attack and come talk, say you don't talk another thing, you don't talk another thing. But I really would love to hear from you. Waiting you think about what Peter Obi talk, waiting Rhodes-Vivour talk, and the responses so if you say you don't generate from the APC people them so far. What do you think about their responses? Because if you talk, say, oh, our economy they're on the verge of recovery, people don't feel impacts much more. Do you think people are feeling the impact? Transportation don't reduce, cost of things don't reduce, because import duty they're on the highest. They promise us that they will even give us duty waivers for some essential items, including medications. Till today, the government is yet to live up to that expectation. So I beg, if I like, not gonna just help me with a few things. So if we say Gbadebo and Tinubu talk where they bad, we make APC that tag them, they call them prophet of doom. That now I for like me you do. Well, in here I go stop my talk today. Thank you so much for coming to my TED Talk. Thank you. As I follow me, sit down for Inside Precious in your TV. Well, that's all going to bring gist come on our way. Thank you so much. Drop your thoughts, your comments, your reactions on that. I would really like to hear from you. What do you think about all those things really happen? Thank you and see you next time.